Good morning, Pacific Coast. I'm Jesse Keeler, one of your licensed practitioners here at the center. And greetings to those of you that are watching online and maybe watching in the future. I have to be honest, I have a problem with Black History Month. It's not long enough. There's no way to properly celebrate the contributions of Black Americans in 28 days. Black Americans are only about 15% of the overall population, but when you take a look at their contributions, it's breathtaking in scope, touching each of our lives in ways we might not even think about. Recently, in January, the mathematician, Dr. Gladys West, passed away. She was 95 years young. She was a Black woman in a white man's world. How many of you used Google Maps or MapQuest? Yes, right? Just about all of us. Her contributions to what we know as GPS, global satellite positioning, made it possible for those types of apps. Imagine how lost we'd all be if she hadn't had the courage. If she hadn't had the courage to let her mathematical brilliance shine. The life source back of everything expresses itself in infinite multitude of ways. And it's our job. It's our job to honor life, source, God, by having the courage to look beyond appearances and see the divinity in all of its creation, living in the consciousness of the one life. What I do to another impacts my life too. You cannot deny someone their humanity and fully experience your own. In spite of centuries of prejudice and discrimination and the brutal reality of government-sanctioned violence, Black Americans continue to rise as exemplars of courage, ingenuity, and faith. We have so much to learn from our Black American brothers and sisters, our fellow Americans, about the power of coming together in community. You've probably heard of Rosa Parks, a Black woman back in the 1950s who was arrested for refusing to move to the colored section of the bus. One of the actions that followed that arrest was the Montgomery bus boycotts. At that time, in 1955, Montgomery, Alabama, about 75% of the bus ridership were Black Americans. The Black community recognized their economic power. And as an act of civil disobedience to improve their lives, the Black residents in that city organized a bus boycott, refusing to ride the buses. It wasn't easy. I imagine there were times individuals were scared. After all, they were being harassed by the white folks in the city and suffered legal abuses from the city government. But somehow, they allowed their desire to be the full expression of life, to be who God intended them to be greater than their fear. They came together and used their ingenuity and created an elaborate carpool system with over 40 pickup stations across town. They persisted. The boycott lasted over a year and nearly bankrupted the bus line. There's a great lesson for all of us. For all of us who may think we're too small and too insignificant to make real change in the world. Remember, Each one of us is a child of God, a divine individuation of the one life source back of everything. And when we come together with others who know their true nature, people who live from the center of love, when we come together, anything is possible. There's nothing to fear when love is here. Take a breath. Remember who you are. Feel life surging through you as you hear the call of what is yours to do. Know what is done from love must come into form. See yourself in community with others who live from the center of love. Know that together, we are an unstoppable force of God. When we come together, we are unstoppable force of love. Say thank you for this gift of life and love. Thank you. Release your prayer, knowing what is yours to do is already done in the mind of God. And so it is.